The Washington Commanders GM, Adam Peters, just spoke to the press live from Indianapolis. He spoke on a few things in his press conference, although we couldn't really hear what he had to say. But here are a few takeaways that I gathered from watching this press conference.
Welcome to Everything Commanders with your host, Dream Team Buddha. Hail to the Commanders.
Okay, Commanders, if you haven't been paying attention already, we off to a fast start already this morning. So Adam Peters just addressed the press down in Indianapolis, and this week, if you haven't already known, it is Combine Week. So it's a big week for NFL franchises. And you pretty much will hear from all GMs and coaches, head coaches down in Indianapolis. Today, Adam Peters talked. Tomorrow, Dan Quinn will talk for the Commanders, and Lance Newmark, which is the assistant general manager, he will speak with Dan Quinn. They will have their presser tomorrow, but today, Adam Peters had a lot of things to say in a short amount of time. Although the audio was very, very bad, I'm not too sure if it was on the Commanders or who it was on, but you barely could actually hear what he's saying. But thank God I followed the team beat reporters, because now I have the inside scoop. So here are a few takeaways that I want to talk about in this video. So if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button as I try to reach my goal. I appreciate each and every last one of my subscribers. Let's get into this video. All right, so first thing first, the first thing I want to talk about is this Marshon Lattimore situation right here. Now, a lot of Commanders fans was upset with Marshon Lattimore because of the play that he brought to the Commanders when we traded for him last year. A lot of people keep saying it was a bad trade and we should not have traded for Marshon Lattimore because he has not provided us with any value thus far since he got here. Now, it was a press conference that was had at the end of the season, and where AP had spoke on the Marshon Lattimore trade, and he was saying the value that it brought and the reason why they did what they did. Him and Dan Quinn had spoke on it, and it was giving mixed signals because people wasn't too sure if he would be cut, traded, or what would happen this offseason. But Adam Peters just doubled down, letting everybody know they see so much value, a ton of value in Marshon Lattimore. Marshon Lattimore ain't going nowhere. He's going to be a very important piece for this defense. So you got to get that through your head. He ain't going nowhere. They not trade him. They not releasing him. Now, if they would restructure his deal, that is to be determined. I'm not too sure if they're going to do that or not. I'm not too sure even if they even thinking about that. But Adam Peters and Dan Quinn love him. And like I said, this offseason, they will put a lot of work in, you know what I'm saying, as far as getting them up to speed. And I know when he came to us, he was injured. He was injured coming to us. So it wasn't too much you can actually get for that guy. Now, I know we was expecting a lot because it was success out of nowhere. You know, we needed him to show up and show up big, and he did in that Lions game and in a few other games. But when it came to shutting down that number one receiver, he struggled mightily. He always getting penalties. He might get into a fight or whatever the case may be. And just like if you haven't been paying attention, you see A.J. Brown spoke in that situation as well. And A.J. Brown gave him his props, say he a good defensive back. It's just that he got the bully mentality. He got a mindset where as though he feel like when he line up against you, he's going to try to intimidate you or get into your head. And that's how I feel about A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles players. They do the same thing. So him speaking on that was pretty much like, okay, it's irrelevant. You do the exact same thing. But back to what I was saying about Marshon Lattimore. Marshon Lattimore is here to stay. Marshon Lattimore is much better than what you saw him put on film last season in that short span of time that he was with the team. Because mind you, when he came here, he sat out for 4 weeks because he had to heal up. And then when he came back, he re-aggravated that same hammy 2 games in. And when we needed him the most, he showed up in the playoffs. And it's just that the last game, he really couldn't slow down A.J. Brown. And it's a lot of cornerbacks that can't stop him. And, you know, you understand, Marshon Lattimore is not a young spring chicken no more. He's up there in age, but he is very valuable to this defense, and we're definitely going to need him. And everybody trying to make it seem like he's not a good cornerback. He's a great cornerback. Don't get it twisted. And watch, you'll see. I'm just gonna say, just sit back and watch, because this upcoming season you'll get to see a lot. With him starting from training camp all the way up to the season, preseason and the season. I'm pretty sure he won't play in preseason, but you'll see how much value that this man can bring to this defense, and what he's and why everybody is so optimistic and excited, and DQ and AP and the defensive coordinator Joe Witt. Everybody's excited about Marshon Lattimore, but the fans always want to criticize these players, and I get it. We've been bad for a lot of years, so we don't hold our cards, we don't hold our tongue. We're gonna speak our mind, and we ain't cutting no cards, pretty much. So Marshon Lattimore is here to stay. He will be the number one cornerback on this daggone roster this coming season. Him and Mikey Sainstrell, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be looking to get more talent in the secondary. So let's just keep it moving. He also spoke on they asked him what it was like this draft season. I mean, they asked him what it was like during this combine and how was it different from last year. And he simply said, we got a quarterback now, so it's different. It's different. He ain't got that same stress on his shoulders to try to find a franchise quarterback. They have already done that job last offseason. So like I said, we headed into the right track. We already know JD5 is that guy. You know what I'm saying? So, so he's actually done everything that we could possibly ask for and more at the quarterback position. Another takeaway that I got from that situation is he spoke on Sam Cosmi. He said Sam Cosmi is already in the building going through rehab. Now, I don't know if I want to put too much stock into that situation. And because I don't care if he's in the building working out already and rehabbing, whatever the case may be, he gonna miss the first 6 weeks of the season, unless it's a miracle, okay? Because what happened to him happened in the playoffs. I think it was the Lions game or the Bucks game. It was the Lions game. Yeah, he had got hurt in the Lions game. He couldn't come back in, so Trent Scott had to come in and fill the void. So I don't think he's going to be playing for the first 6 weeks of the season, but we shall see as time go on. Now, I wish there was more that we could talk about, more that I can give you, but if you just watched that press conference, the audio was horrible, okay? It was horrible. You couldn't even hear what Adam Peters had to say. So you can hear people talking that's walking by and so forth. So it was hard to hear. Like it was bad for your ears. And I see a lot of people saying fire the audio team and this, that, and the fourth. It may not even be Commander's fault. It may just be the NFL media team fault. You never know, because you don't even see a Commander's microphone up there. And the combine ain't about Commanders, it's about all 32 teams. And he also spoke on the fans. He gave the fans their prop, and he loved the fact that the fans have been showing up and showing out all year long. So, he spoke on that a little bit. But other than that, you really couldn't hear what was going on. So if you want, you could take yourself on over to the Watch the Commanders channel, and you can watch the press conference for yourself. And good luck. You let me know if you get anything out of that other than what I just told you. So, like I said, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the sub button. If this video was good to you, or whatever the case may be, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all subscribers. Help me get you 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate all the support and love. I love you all. And as I always say, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Let's get it.